It started as a peaceful morning at our lake cabin until the HOA struck again. My wife had been dealing with them for months. They hated that we refused to join their ridiculous rules, and every week they came up with new threats, but nothing could have prepared us for what they tried that day. Out of nowhere, we heard the distant hum of a helicopter. At first, I thought it was some routine rescue training since we lived near the mountains. But then my phone rang. It was my wife's hiking group calling to say she had slipped badly on a trail, and a rescue chopper was coming to fly her to the hospital. My heart dropped. I rushed outside, scanning the skis, waiting for that helicopter. But before it even landed, two HOA board members pulled up with sheriff's deputies. They pointed at my wife, injured, sitting on the porch waiting to be airlifted, and shouted, "Arrest her. She's trespassing on HOA property and owes us thousands in fines." I was stunned. My wife, she could barely stand, and these people wanted to drag her off in handcuffs. It was beyond cruel, it was insanity. The deputies, clearly confused, started to approach. HOA Karen, the president herself, waved a stack of bogus violation notices, screaming about weeds, unapproved paint colors, and imaginary fees. The helicopter was now circling above, the rescue team preparing to land. The deputies hesitated, caught between a life-or-death emergency and the shrieking HOA board. That's when I snapped. I stormed forward with a binder in my hand, my binder of property records, legal rulings, and letters from my attorney. For months, I had been documenting every single harassment attempt by the HOA. I threw the binder on the hood of their car and shouted, "You want to arrest someone? Start with yourselves. Because according to county court, this land isn't even under your HOA jurisdiction. And every one of these threats, that's harassment and fraud." The deputies froze. They looked over the papers. Then the lead deputy turned toward the HOA board, his face shifting from confusion to anger. "You dragged us out here to arrest an injured woman while a medical helicopter is waiting to save her life. You've wasted county resources for this nonsense." The HOA Karen's face went pale. She tried to argue, but the deputy shut her down immediately. He waved the helicopter into land and cleared the area. Within minutes, the rescue team was loading my wife safely into the chopper. And as the blades roared overhead, the deputies weren't escorting my wife away. They were warning the HOA. They told them one more false report, one more abuse of authority, and they'd be the ones in cuffs. Watching that helicopter rise into the sky, I felt relief and fury. Relief that my wife was safe. Fury that the HOA had tried to use the law to hurt us in her weakest moment. But the tables had turned. And from that day on, I vowed, no mercy for the HOA. I gathered every bit of evidence, took them to court, and hit them with countersuits so devastating that their entire HOA budget was swallowed by legal fees. They wanted power. Instead, they lost it all. So to any HOA out there that thinks they can bully, threaten, or even weaponize the police against homeowners, remember this. When you push decent people too far, we push back harder. Because sometimes, the best revenge is making sure they never hold power over anyone again.